Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. So today we've got a lovely sunny afternoon here at Woburn Golf Club and I've got Henry Leo here with me. Henry is the product manager at TaylorMade for wedges and putters, and we're going to have a 9-hole competition. We're both going to play, see who gets the ball closest, and then we're going to move to the next location. So you're going to pick the first shot.
I am.
And as we go, we're going to have a little bit of talk about technique and maybe wedges as we go. But you're a good player, you are off.
+2 at the moment.
+2?
Yeah.
You're good?
Yeah, on paper.
What's your short game handicap?
Probably about 14 at the
Right,
moment.
right, okay, let's have a look. So where are we going first?
So yeah, we'll start here and
Okay.
just play ease ourselves in nicely and play a little short. What's this, probably 20 yards, would you say?
Where are you going, that first tall pin?
Yeah, first tall pin.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I've got the new MG5 60-degree SX grind, something I've had in the bag for a couple of months now. Just really like this grind. I would normally play a 60-degree in a lot of areas.
You 60 mainly, yeah?
Yeah, you know, manipulating the face and working the face angle a little bit as well. But yeah, we'll see what this one does.
Right, let's see it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Play well. Oh, he's played it nice. Nips it beautifully. Almost had too much spin there.
Yeah.
All right. Great shot.
New grooves.
Played it nice though, yeah?
Yeah, played that nicely, yeah.
That
Confident
can
strike
be.
as well.
You struck it great. Like a sort of release one, kept it down, kept the leading edge down, struck it really well. I think that was good technique there.
Yeah, that's a shot that I'm more comfortable with. You know, this kind of, you know, grew up playing links golf, so getting it on the floor quickly, that's a shot that I prefer. You know, I'm sure that we'll find some more that I'm maybe not so keen on, but
well, what we're going to do is whoever gets
shot
closest chooses the next shot.
Okay.
All right, so now you've given me that bit of information. That was lead me into some of the shots I think you might not fancy, right?
Okay.
But I'm going to go a little bit less loft than you, because you played a great shot there, but there's quite a lot of slope there, and it kind of stuck, didn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to reduce the spin by reducing the loft, so I'm going for a 52. A little bit less loft. I'm hoping it will spin a bit, but it actually might release up the slope. I reckon you've hit that to about 5 feet though. That's pretty good. Right, under the cosh already. Should break a little off the right. Go on, release up. Oh, he's just
very
done that
nice.
nicely, yeah. So that had a bit of check, but obviously because I've used a bit less loft, it's got up the slope.
Yep.
That's one up, okay. So I'll choose the next shot now, okay.
Great.
Right, okay, one up. You said you didn't like soft landing ones, so I'm going to give you one here, right? So, you see that pin there? So that is probably about as quick as it gets.
Yeah, great choice. Thank you.
Now, I'm going to use my 56 here, and I'm going to do a release 2, and I'm going to see that bit of sunlight. I'm going to aim to land it just short of it. This is actually really tricky, because if you go a bit left, it actually goes to the left, and a bit right goes to the right. So you've really got to get in that fun, let it feed down. But just drop it, play as it lies, and feed this underneath. Super light grip pressure for these for me. This is tough. This is a real kind of championship level shot here. Played it nice.
Grabbed nicely, yeah, very good.
Yeah, I was pleased with that.
Left yourself a nice putt as well.
Yes, that's it. So about there, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're sticking to the 60?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the 60. It's all I've got with me. So, yeah, again, this is a shot that I wouldn't feel too comfortable with at all. You know, I would be looking at, you know, how can I use the contours here? Would I be looking at pitching it in that first cut, and then, you know, then I'm not too sure what it's going to do when it lands.
So you struggle, like you say, getting the ball up early and landing dead. That's the shot you've always struggled with, because you've grown up on tight conditions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which made you then start to drive the handle a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And even though I'm using a high lofted wedge, I still don't feel like I ever really get you know, the desired loft that I want from a high lofted wedge. So yeah, we'll have a go at this one.
Let's have a look. So you're going to go in the air though, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to try, yeah.
Just come out quick, and you've actually played it all right, haven't you? It's okay.
Yeah, it's, you know, that for me, I wouldn't have, you know.
You'd be quite pleased with that.
Yeah, the confidence for me there is like 6 foot past it is not a problem.
Yeah.
You know, if I was trying to get too cute with that, that's where I feel like maybe this You know, this club choice and that shot selection for me
Yeah.
is, you know, doesn't ooze confidence.
Yeah,
And
okay.
you know, I'd really be looking at, right, okay, you know, could I get something out and just nudge it up and
Yeah,
and use
but I
that
think
to
we can
roll
improve
down?
it. If they're not pushed out, I think it's a shot you need. So actually, let's just have 2 minutes working on that shot now.
Yeah.
And see if we can get it close next time. But I'm still 2 up. I'm still taking the hole.
Okay.
2 up. Okay, right. Yeah, right, Henry. So what I saw you in that shot actually wasn't that bad. Actually, you weren't far away, but definitely you were getting a little short in the backswing. And because you've played golf for a number of years and your golfing instinct's pretty high, you get short and then you get quick, and it does tend to drive that way. So you look a little bit like this. You see, so it comes out that way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that would be a typical kind of launch for a pitch,
Yeah.
pitch or chip shot that
Yeah.
I would see. Yeah. And,
So,
you know,
yeah.
definitely struggling with ball speed as well.
Yeah. What? Try and slow it down.
Yeah.
You need to slow down more. Yeah. So what you've got to do is get a little bit further away, drop the hands down a bit, and I want you to get much longer back. I want you to really feel like you're going to get a longer backswing, a little bit more hinge, but allow the right side to turn uncomfortably long for you. Right, because you're used to the ball coming off hot, so you're thinking, well, if I get longer, it's going to come off even hotter.
Yeah.
But actually, what I'm hoping is the opposite will happen. Your instinct will kick in and go, right, I've got a little bit too much in the tank here. Well, I'll start to slow down and actually feel like the club head is passing your hands more and letting the club release a little more.
Yeah.
And you've got to really get the feeling that transition is kind of taking like 10 minutes. See how slow that was in transition?
Yeah.
And that's how you get that control, and that's how you get the feel. Okay, rather than sort of hitting it from the top. So almost the slower you can do this, you know, the better. And that's how you really get that ball spinning on a downslope like that and in the hole, nearly. All right, so let's get you set up there. Ball forward another inch. Hands a bit lower. Take a backswing. I thought your wrist hinge was all right. That's good. Yeah, does that feel like you've turned a lot more?
Yeah.
It probably feels like you're going to hit 60 yards, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, and then from there, super light. You're very tight with the thumbs, I can sense. And that's one of the reasons you squeeze it. Feel like your thumbs are barely on the grip. And then as you start your downswing, the weight flip can start to fall on its own. You are gripping it extremely tightly.
Okay.
I mean, extremely tight. So from there, it creates that pull this way. So you're going to get here.
Yeah.
And you've got to feel like the club falls down. It's still too tight. There you go. That's more like it.
Okay.
See, the club's wanting to swing itself.
I feel like I'm not even holding it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do a practice swing. Take your thumbs off. No ball. No ball. Way away from the ball. And just do a practice swing. Thumbs off. And just see if you can start to feel. You feel that?
Yeah.
I mean, that point alone, if you just longer backswing, take your thumbs off. So you can actually feel the weight of the club fall down. So put your thumbs back on, but don't put them on, if that makes sense. Just rest them on the
Just
on the
there as
rubber
a
of the grip.
passenger as such.
Yeah, and then long backswing. Let the club fall softly. Right, that was good. Now, still drove into it.
Okay.
So let's do that again. I thought your backswing length was great. That feel longer.
Yeah.
Take it back again. That's it. Start coming down. Back this up that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the top of the arm here, if you come down, you've got to feel like it's pinning in. Because that's the club release, rather than it coming away like this.
Sure.
Yeah. That's so much better. How's that feel?
Yeah,
Look
really
at
good.
that.
Yeah. Just dead landing as well, right? You know, it doesn't feel like it's
That's
going
fantastic.
to skip on.
So, okay, so what did you feel to do that then?
Just felt like, you know, this was so quiet
Yeah,
here, and just feeling like I'm really trying to focus on the head weight.
yeah.
Trying to focus on the head weight and let that just flow
Yeah.
through.
And do you feel if you grip it really tightly, you're not going to feel the club head?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think grip pressure, for those watching, I think grip pressure is the biggest point. Like if you're gripping it tight, you are never be able to get the ball thrown through the air because the club is not going to swing itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, especially under pressure on a shot like
Yeah.
this, and everybody
Especially
tends
do
to get a
tighter.
little tighter as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that I can really focus on is just really letting loose a little bit there as
Let's
well.
do that again. Dare to do it even slower. Lighter grip, really light now. Okay, longer backswing, let it flow softly from the top, really softly, pass it through. It's a little bit pressy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And again, you got to be a little bit braver. That's better. That's nice. Look at that. A little bit of practice and you'll get that.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels, straight away, even in just a couple of shots, I can feel the difference in terms of, certainly grip pressure. The longer swing it's intimidating
Yeah,
to
no, it will
start
be if you
with,
haven't done it.
and just feeling like just let the club do the work.
But it came out so much softer and higher.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not giving you any more hints because this is an important match. 2 up. Okay, and I'll choose the next shot.
Let's
Okay.
get going.
Right, okay. So it's 2-0, 2 up, and we're going to go to the back pin here from the rough, and I will let you drop my ball in the rough here, and I will play it as you drop it.
All right, let's make this relatively fair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've had a bit of a touch there.
You have had a touch. I've got a little cushion behind that. Okay?
Yeah, a bit of grass sat behind that.
Your dropping seals are pretty good. Right, so you've dropped it there, big cushion behind it. I'm using my 56. I'm going to play this back in the stance, a little bit of shaft lean because that helps me set it early and then come down a bit steeper. So for me, if I come in too shallow on that lie, that is going to be the problem. Good news is for that lie, it's going to come out a little bit hot, but the good news for me is I've got a bit of green to work with. If we were going for this front pin and that lie, I'd have to really sort of play a little bit more of specialist shots, probably with my toe down and slice across it. So I can land this about 3 yards on, let it run out. 56, it's a hinged release 1. It's going to break a little bit off the left, so I'm just visualising it. There we go. Should break a little bit, sit down. Oh, it came out a little bit quicker than I want. Oh, there's a bit of room there for you.
There's a little bit of room.
I reckon that's 6 feet.
A little bit of room.
That came out quite quick. Right, I'm dropping yours now. I'm going to try and create the same drop.
In your divot.
Oh,
Oh,
that's all right.
It's not too bad.
That's
yeah,
okay.
I don't mind
How are you playing that then?
Don't mind that. Well, again, you know, very similar to that first shot that we played where, you know, I'm more comfortable here because I've got a bit of green to work with. So, you know, again, I'm seeing this, looking at the contours, looking at, you know, how would I see this releasing out? Similar to where yours was as well. Obviously, I've got the 60, so hands a little bit further forward, take a little bit of loft off of that. But again, you know, as I de-loft the club head, I'm thinking about the amount of bounce that I'm going to lose as well, especially from this kind of lie. So I just want to make sure I pick it clean. Probably be a little bit more aggressive than I would be with some other shots as well.
Okay. Played it really nicely. And that had quite a lot of spin there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well played, right?
Yeah,
well, that's
nice.
back to 1 there.
Got
Very
one back.
good. But you
one
got
back.
some spin out of that.
Yeah, felt really good.
Have you noticed, by the way, these wedges are brand new out, the MG5. Have you noticed that you have been getting more spin out of these?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, new groove in the MG5, sawmilled groove. So that allows us to get closer to conformity limits within the wedge groove. So you know, slightly, you know, more spin that's going to be created from there as well. And
a big point, they're forged, aren't they?
Yeah, the forged feel is great. You know, they feel so soft. Like, you know, even that I was trying to be a little bit more aggressive with, it still felt great off the face as well.
Looking at right, you're pumped now. You're back back in it. Right, your choice now as well.
Okay.
Where are you taking me?
I'm going to come back here now. Again, you know, that second shot that we just worked on a little bit, giving me a little bit more confidence. So, you know, having the advantage of being able to choose, I could have just gone and you know, picked something that was, you know, a little bit more favourable for me. But I've picked this shot here, and you know, again, it's maybe where we need to utilise those softer hands a little bit more. And you know, everything here is running away. It's a slight upslope, so I've got that to my advantage that I can get a little bit more height off this kind of launch pad.
This?
I feel like I just need to land this maybe like a yard on.
Okay,
you know,
you're letting the slope take it to the hole.
Yeah, I'm going to just let that release out. You know, I think it's going to probably move off the left a little bit. Yeah, that's how I see this.
And when you play, do you pick landing spots generally?
Yeah, I genuinely do. You know, I like to visualise my pitch shots and my chip shots, and you know, normally it would be like an underarm throw or something that I would kind of visualise myself.
I quite like that, by the way.
Up
I was talking about so you'd like how you would throw it is kind of how you play it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would, you know, stand here and kind of stand over the ball and kind of picture how I'm going to, you know, launch that ball up. You know, if I was in a different position, it might be slightly lower, and then I'm thinking, right, well, how do I execute that golf shot with that kind of launch and trajectory and that landing point
really
as well.
Very nice. The slope is feeding down, it's feeding pin high, a little bit left.
I must have just misread the green a little bit there. I thought that would have gone the other way, but pretty happy with the pace control and distance there.
Yeah. All right. Good. And longer backswing. Well done.
Yep.
Well done. That's good work. Right. Okay. I'm going to play a little soft landing shot. Just land that just on the edge of the green. Yeah, I like that. And feed it down. I think this is makeable, this one. Just outside right. You had it coming off the left.
That's the difference between you and I. that you think this one's makeable.
No, right, okay, come on, concentrate on this, right. That's it. Oh, he's had a big kick. He's had a big kick.
Could be tight.
It could be tight. Should we have a look?
Let's have a look. Yes, it's
In
certainly a little bit more
hindsight there, I
confident
might
in
have
that
used
one.
a 60 because it landed here and it got a big kick, didn't it?
Yeah.
I might have used a 60 there and carried it to the basin,
Sure.
and then I would have. I think that's you. Right, all square.
There we go.
Blimey, you're back in it
I am.
after 4.
You should have
Right,
given me that lesson.
I know. Right, taking me to a bunker.
Mm-hmm.
We're all square through 4.
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere I feel a little bit more confident, normally in the sand. You know, I'd rather fancy this to be in the sand than out of it
Okay.
For this kind of shot. I
Just
don't know
mentally.
why, but I've
Yeah,
always
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
found myself being pretty confident in the sand, but we'll find out how that statement is.
Come on, give yourself a decent lie.
Okay. So quite a big lip here. You know, I think elevation straight away is something that I'm thinking about, keeping that face nice and open. You know, we've got a little bit of room to work with, and I don't tend to spin my bunker shots particularly much. You know, I can get the launch, but I don't tend to get
They
that.
tend to run out, do they?
Yeah, I tend to get a little
okay.
bit of
Might
that
be a
run out, which
technical
is
part too.
maybe just my use of bounce, but we'll see how this goes.
Played a nice swing there. There you go. That's spinning. Yep, 4 or 5 feet short. Good. Not too bad at all. Right then. So where is that then? Okay. Let's see if we can get one close. 56. Little release 2, 2.5 hit. Should break a little bit. Oh, that's really close. Oh, I might have just done it.
Another
We'll have a
tight
look.
one.
I think I've just got you there, Henry. But just on a serious note, obviously you spend a lot of your time working with amateur golfers in terms of really trying to fit them into the right wedges, and it's a massive passion for mine. I think it's so many golfers out there don't have the right wedges, don't have the right tools in the bag, and I think it really hinders their ability. Obviously technique's massively important, of course, but I think you've got to link it with the right equipment. I think it is really important to do that as well. And for the recreational golfer who maybe plays once or twice a month, would you say there's a particular type of sand wedge they should use that is going to make life a little bit easier for them if they're not the most confident in the bunkers?
Yeah, absolutely. I think something with a wider sole, higher bounce wedge as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, those two profiles that tend to come together as well in you know, certainly in our profiles.
So we're talking
of
about a
wedge.
wider sole here and more bounce here, so something like 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and what that's there to do is it's really there to, you know, as you all know, help that wedge through the sand. You see a lot of players who maybe don't deliver enough speed when they're in the bunkers.
And you tend to see this one a lot, you know, where the leading edge gets caught like it's too steep going downwards,
Yeah, and you know, there, when you see that, you know, there's no flow there. The wedge isn't exiting the sand properly.
It's not releasing this way.
Absolutely, and that whack as well, that kind of you know, nice
massive.
solid noise, that is what you want to get out of the sound.
Okay, so wide sole, high bounce to get out the bunkers. Right, let's go and check it out. Right, 1 up, we've got 4 to go, and we're going for an interesting shot here. It's actually about 40 yards to that very back pin. It goes down and back up quite a lot, so you've got, I think, 3 landing spot options here. You land it on the downslope just in front, in the basin, or into the upslope, or you could fly it the whole way, all the way to the pin. Which is probably your choice, as it was 60.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I think, you know, as much as I do like to get it on the ground, you know, as soon as possible. This one for me probably plays at a more comfortable distance to try and flight one in. Yeah.
I'm going to go old school. I'm going to go release one, chip and run with an 8 iron.
Okay.
Believe it or not. So I'm going to go in low. And the beauty about using an 8 iron is I know I'm matching a lower spinning shot up that sticky slope, okay? So it's going to get there, it's going to break a little bit right to left. So I'm going to land it somewhere in this, just by these 2 sort of little shards of sunlight that are peeping through, and then see if we can then just run up there off the right. So just feel it in there, really focus on my landing spot. See if I can get it breaking off the right. So you You can see that's checking, but it's still wanting to run out, run out, run out.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
There we go, we'll take that. It's about a foot away from the hole. So sometimes your little old 8-iron, little old 8-iron over the 60 can get the job done. Now, if you get inside that, that will be fantastic, right? So
yeah, it would be, yeah.
To fly it all the way there, just take it all out of play. I'm guessing this is what, I mean, this is a pitch shot now, isn't it, really?
It is for me, yeah. And, you know, really here with just one club in my hand, you know, I know the consequences here. If I don't get this quite right, it's probably going to stop quite quickly.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know that I can fly it the whole way because there is a little bit of a backstop there, you know, into that upslope where, you know, I can try and just kill it into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do with the 60 here.
Quite well. Played that really, really well.
Spin.
You played a great shot. I just think, Henry, I think that's just such a tough shot to get close.
Yeah,
I've got to say, I thought you played that really well. For those of you watching, if you set up to the ground there again, what you did really well there was you narrowed the stance down, see the foot's flared out, weight was forward, and I liked how you turned the chest there. So as you've gone through it, you've really let the chest open up, kind of around the feet, which is very much like in the short game family. It's just exceptionally hard to judge, isn't it? Like trying to throw a 60 in there like that. But you've hit it to about 10 feet. You're a pretty good putter. You'd probably hold that.
Yeah, I'd fancy that.
What putter did you use, by the way?
I'm currently gaming the ZT, the Spire ZT.
Are you?
Yeah, our new zero torque putter.
Well, that is all the rage, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, and do you know what? Ever since I've had that in the bag, actually, you know, my short game, the confidence of, you know, even if I do knock it to 8 or 10 feet, I actually feel like I'm making more of those 8 to 10 feet putts. Yeah. So it's not so much of a trouble. You know, obviously it's nice to stick it in close to a foot like you have there, and you know, have a gimme.
Stress-free.
Yeah, very stress-free.
It's putt, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, you know, with that ZT putter, I certainly felt a little bit more confidence that I can hit it a little
crazy,
further away.
I mean, the sales are unbelievable, aren't they? You know, I mean, it's just taking it by storm.
Yeah, it has been fantastic. You know, the first few months that's been out.
And the main benefit, just for the viewers, what's the main benefit of that zero torque putter?
Zero torque is just all about stability. You know, and not just the stability, but the process that we've gone through in the design process of that putter, the pure roll insert. You know, it just rolls fantastic. Feels so soft off the face as well. Great putter.
Yeah, good. Okay, so 2 up, we've got 3 to go. You've got to get some work done now. Right, 2 up, 3 to go. Got ahead early, you clawed me back, got ahead again.
Yeah.
Big shot, this one.
And now you've picked this.
I've come here. So this is, you know, totally hard pan. A lot of the viewers around the world with playing golf courses are suffering a bit, you know, with drought, and you know, amongst the pine trees here, obviously they're sucking up the water, and we're getting these droughted areas, and I think it's a shot that I think you know, it's key to go through. So, okay, now there's a few options here. I think when you have a lie like this, number one is playing it way outside the back foot, kind of do everything I've told people not to do, and then really hinge it and trap it, because I really want to get ball first contact. This is my 60, this is an emergency. So I'm going to play it that way, and you can knock it into the bank and try and hit a low flighted but very high spinning shot. If you want to hit it higher, the other shot I really enjoy playing is where I put the toe down, because of the toe relief, the toe camber on this wedge allows me to do that, and then really nip the toe under the ball, hopefully not hit my foot, but really nip underneath and get it up in the air. Couple of options. Because that pin is so close to the fringe, I think landing it on that downslope would probably kick it a little bit like I've learnt from that shot we played earlier. So I'm actually going to play a low one and hit it into the bank and just try and get enough spin that it's going forward, but it's just going to creep down towards the hole.
Kind of trickle on.
Yeah, but I think the key here is getting the ball flight low enough. So 60 degree, way outside the back foot, hinge it and trap it in that way. And you can see how crumbly it is as well. Like you have to get ball first contact.
Even when you drop the ball on it, it sounded dead. It sounded
like hollow almost. Yeah. Right, so these shots need a little bit of luck. You have to sort of have that as well, but you're going to try and mitigate the lie as best you can by the setup and then visualization of the flight there and the spin. So outside the back foot, big shaft lean. Let's see if I can get it into that slope. Need a bit of luck with this one. So I've got the check, it's feeding down, sit, sit. I'd be reasonably happy with that.
Yeah, pretty good from there.
Maybe 8 or 9 feet. I'd be quite happy with that from that lie. The main thing is I got the ball first contact. Now people might say, well, why don't you just use a 7-iron for that shot? I'd rather use a 60 and turn it into a 7 to get that sharper. That makes sense, and I can really get that in there.
Yeah.
If I'd just used a 7 net, it would have gone 40 feet past the hole, wouldn't it? It really would have run on. So,
Yeah.
are you doing anything different? How you'd approach that?
Just looking at this here, you know, for me this would be, you know, it's not a fantastic lie. Again, I would be thinking about, you know, the speed that I want to play this shot, thinking more about the ball speed and where I want to land it. I do want it to kick forwards. The last thing I want this to do is, you know, bearing in mind where I'm thinking of pitching it, which is probably a little shorter than yours, the last thing I want it to do is grab. So maybe a slightly more toey strike, just try and get that ball to, you know, kick on forwards a little bit. You know, just
a low flighted toe strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to position it out the toe on purpose and strike it out the toe on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just to deaden it a little bit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just try and pitch it into that kind of that second shadow there, and then just let it release down.
Yeah.
So taking a little bit of loft off of the head there, out the toe.
Oh, he played it spin. He's spinning. Is it going to sit enough? Is it going to? It is. I think it is. It is. It is.
It's tight again, isn't
that's
it?
yours. That's fine. You've only been about a foot there. I thought you played that really well. I thought you played that really nicely. I thought you made a better contact than me. That had a lot more spin, and it launched low. And yeah, I thought you played that exceptionally well.
I think that's that again. You know, I'd be happy hitting this shot to probably 12, 15 feet from you know, a position like this. You take your medicine.
And I think that is a big point, by the way. I do think setting expectation before you play a shot like this is really important.
Yeah.
Almost takes the pressure off. It's like, this is a bonus up and down. You know, if you get up and down, great.
Yeah.
But don't chip twice. That's the thing. What you don't want to do is take 4 shots to get up and down. We've both got 8, 9, 10 footers, whatever it is, and you know, we've got a great chance of holding it.
Absolutely. You know, if I'd have duffed that, you know, 7 or 8 yards and left myself again, you know, a short-sided up and down
So
where
many
it's going to
golfers do
release
that.
through, and you know, that again is something that I'm not comfortable playing that shot either, as we've discussed already. So you know, for me, 10, 20 foot past the hole here is take your medicine.
Good.
Next hole.
All right, back to 1.
Back to
I'm
1
up. 2 holes to go. Your choice, though.
Okay.
Oh, it's getting close. Right, 1 up, 2 to go.
Yeah. Little shot
Interesting
through
one
the
here.
tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a gap.
There is a gap.
You know, again, you know, I'm not really too worried about anything overhanging here either. You know, I can probably play this as high as I need to. Again, the landing area to me looks like it's on a downslope.
Yeah, it is.
But then it does come back up as well. So
yeah.
I think for me here, I'm just trying to, you know, pitch this on. It'll probably skid that first bounce, and if it's got enough spin into it, then it will just hold up the hill a little bit there as well.
Exactly. Oh, you played it really well. You played it really well. Is it spinning? Didn't quite spin, but it's done all right. It had a bit of a jump, didn't it? And
yeah, just probably a little too quick that.
a little bit that way, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little drivey, and you know, came off a little hot, probably a little hotter than I wanted. And no, the actual reaction of the ball was great.
How did the grip pressure feel though? Did you have awareness of that, or did it get tight again, do you reckon?
Do you know, asking me about it now, I could probably say that it felt a lot tighter than some of the shots that we have played.
I think if you'd played again with a lighter grip, I think you'd really see that ball sort of suck into the grooves and get that extra friction, you know. But it wasn't too bad, was it? I thought you're giving me a bit of work to do, to be fair. That's not a given. That's 10 feet, isn't it? So it's not bad from here.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a 60 as well here. I don't use my 60 that much, but here I am because, like you say, that first 6, 7 feet over the fringe is on a firm downslope. So I'm going to use 60, try and get the spin up a little bit. Similar to you, I quite like your ball flight there. I'm going to use the same ball flight, and I'm just going to try and just play it a little bit softer, just to see if I can get a little bit more spin. Okay, so it's just going to just right the pin. Played it perfectly. Oh, it just a little shoot out there to spin. Oh, we'll take that.
Very good.
All right.
Yeah, it grabbed up nicely, wouldn't it?
Okay, so I think that's 2 and 1. Listen, well done.
Well played.
Okay,
Very good
stuff, good fun. And listen, hope you got a little bit you can take away with that for your own game in terms of the shot we did from over there. You know, that soft landing shot. Trying a longer swing, softer thumbs, letting it fall and release a little bit more. And yeah, thanks for the insights on the sand wedge. I think that's useful for players as well, and in terms of choosing the right wedge, which is so key. But Good. Enjoy that?
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
All
Yeah, you know, if I had a place like this to practice, I'd be down here every night working on it. But
very
you know,
lucky here at Woburn. It is
yeah,
amazing.
it is
but yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, what a place to be. So yeah, thanks for having
All
me.
right, good stuff. All right, thanks again, and see you next time.